why I am so excited for this next year for the Coyotes. Let's get into it. It's trading season right now, which means lots of updates to do. Can't tell? Might be talking about the Yotes today. And in order to talk about the Coyotes, we got to get in the mindset. We got to get in the mindset of a Coyote. So, we have some trade news. We have some huge trade news, especially for the Coyotes. We're going to throw that off. Swag up. Let's swag up. Let's swag up. Skirt. Ooh, looking clean, looking clean. Total Yotes fan here. Let's talk about the trades. So, why am I so excited for the Coyotes, and why am I so excited for this next season? And I'm going to make a bold prediction in this video. I will make a bold prediction in this video because I'm aching. I'm feeling so good about the Coyotes right now. One of the teams that people think are moving, rumor has it Houston, but now that the Coyotes were just, I believe, purchased, and now they have a different owner, it sounds like, or something of the sort. It doesn't look like they are looking at moving anytime soon, but, I mean, this trade, I think, is going to help keep the Arizona Coyotes in Arizona. And this is why. So the trade that we're talking about, the big trade, the trade that I think is going to earn the Coyotes a lot of respect, and I think other teams within the around the Coyotes and the Coyotes division, so to say, they're at first, I think they're still going to take the Coyotes as a team that's not that scary, that might not be able to compete. They have that bad image that they were just inconsistent and couldn't get the ball rolling for so long. A lot of people started to give up on the Coyotes, and that's now we have such a refreshing opportunity. Trade details. So we have a trade between the Arizona Coyotes and the Pittsburgh Penguins right up there. And this trade is going to, it's going to change up a lot of things. Culture is the word some people use. And competitiveness is another term that I think we could use involving this trade. The Pittsburgh Penguins up here send all-star forward Phil Kessel, a prospect called Dane Burks, yeah, I'm reading off my laptop, and a 2021 fourth-round draft pick to the Yotes. And what do the Yotes send up to Pittsburgh? They send Alex Galchenyuk. That is one of their. He was going to be like a prospect. They traded, I believe it was Max Domi for him a season ago. And unfortunately, Galchenyuk never really got the opportunity to get his footing. I think he got injured pretty early into the season, and towards the end of the season, he was able to start picking up and starting to help the Coyotes. But Phil Kessel, not in the same bracket. So, why is this so important? Well, I mean, the first question is, why would the Pittsburgh Penguins send an all-star forward, a point-per-game player, to the Arizona Coyotes, which a team that has been struggling to not only win games, but maybe stay in Arizona as a team altogether. The Arizona Coyotes team, it's really frightening for them right now because they're going under some new ownership, it sounds like, which it sounds like the agreement is to leave them in Arizona, but it's scary when a team is like, hey, we haven't won in a long time, so if some other city wants to pay us some money, we will pick up our bags and head out of here, which we do not want. We want a team in Arizona. And I think this year, the Coyotes are going to show that they have potential, that they do want to be competitive. They do want to stay in Arizona, and they are a competitive team in the NHL. Now, the reason on top of that, so the Coyotes are not just getting Phil Kessel. And what I mean by that is that when Phil was on the Pittsburgh Penguins and he won his back-to-back Stanley Cups, there was a coach by the name of Rick Tocchet. He was an assistant coach. Now you might know him as the head coach of the Coyotes. The reason why this is so important is that Phil Kessel, I don't want to say problematic, but he clashes a lot. he clashes with coaches, and I think it comes down to, and this is the rumor mill, so don't come at me with pitchforks, but the rumor mill has it is that he might not exactly have the best professional work ethic in the forms of conditioning and diet. He got along well with Rick Tocchet. And why that's so important is that when Rick Tocchet took his job up as the Coyotes head coach, Phil kind of had I don't want to say falling out, but he wasn't seeing eye to eye with coaching staff, and apparently it caused a little bit of a commotion in the locker room. General manager Jim Rutherford, who just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, is like, hey, we got to make some big changes. Getting swept by the Islanders is just embarrassing for the team. Not saying the Islanders aren't good, but when you're coming off of back-to-back wins of a Stanley Cup, of course you have that one season of rest where like, hey, hopefully we can be the Edmonton Oilers from the 80s and go win two cups back-to-back, choke a season, and then win 2 more back-to-back cups. Unfortunately, that was not the case. They got to the second round on last year, 2 years ago, I guess, but they didn't make it. Why that's so important is that General Manager Jim Rutherford said, "We're switching this up. We're whip it. They're changing things. Sidney Crosby, the best player in the world, doesn't have many years of being young left. They're trying to get as much production out of Crosby, Malkin, and some of their other superstars before it's too late, which means they can't have a conflict in the locker room. They can't have a player, even though an all-star, that might not agree with coaching staff, that might fight back or resist when everybody else is doing everything else that they need to be the best. So I think the Penguins are trying to affirm that if you're going to put on a Penguin sweater, you will follow the rules put in front of you. You will stay with that culture. The Penguins did get Alex Galchenyuk, which he's going to be speedy for them. We're excited to see how he's going to collaborate and interact. Penguins want that youth on their team. They need some players that can skate. The Penguins won their back-to-back cups on speed. Now the Coyotes. Phil Kessel and Rick Tocchet are going to be in a team once again together. And why this is so important is Phil Kessel is a ridiculously good player. No one can ever take that away from Phil. He also has 2 Stanley Cups back-to-back, nonetheless, to back that up. He is going to help the Coyotes out beyond their imagination. Prediction. I think the Yotes are going to definitely make it into the playoffs this year. I think they have lost enough. I think they understand that they're a competitive team, and I think their fan base can kind of see that excitement and that energy starting to grow in Arizona. The team's been quiet for so long, and now that they have Clayton Keller, they now have Phil Kessel. I'm a big fan of Vinny Hinostroza. Oliver Ekman-Larsson is slapping on all cylinders. Like, the team is getting better and better. They almost made the playoffs this year. They're like 2 games away from making the playoffs. When everyone was writing them out, people think the Coyotes are the biggest joke in the league. I'm going to talk to the Senators now, but that's another story. People always talk about who won the trade, and obviously I'm going to say the Coyotes. Why? It's because in this trade, it makes the Coyotes possible playoff material. Where with the Pittsburgh Penguins, Phil Kessel's an amazing player, but changing the culture. It's a scary thing to do, to send a star to relieve some cap space and make your team feel more comfortable. It's a completely different thing. So I want to say that the Arizona Coyotes win this because they went from this level to this level. Shout out to Keegan Michael Key, but that's taking things to a how. Never. So I'm caking about it. I cannot wait to see this next Coyote season. It's going to be lit. They're going to be fantastic. They're scratching. They're clawing. They're barking. Other Coyotes puns. Don't have them, but you're here. So if you like this video, if you like watching me talk to myself, yelling at my phone, please hit that subscribe button. Please leave a comment, because I'll talk hockey all day. All day. I talk hockey, and that's what I'm here for. This is Week. Caking. Thanks for watching. Come back soon.